Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another Enhancement Shaman PvP video. We are in the solo shuffle and we are fighting a BM Hunter, Survival Hunter, Rep Paladin, Resto Shaman, and a Priest. But first off, just so everybody knows, Enhancement did actually receive a nerf. They did not compensate enough to de-nerf, so we definitely took a big hit. As for what it was, because it wasn't posted on the original Blue Note post that I saw, basically Doom wins got reduced by 50%. So it used to increase the chance to proc Wind Fury by 200%, so which would put us at around 90%. And now it only increases the proc chance by 100%, putting us at around 45 to 50%, maybe a little bit higher depending on your mastery. So that's a lot bigger of a hit than most would think. And then they reduced Thorm's Invocation, so it only is 50% effective in PvP rather than 70%. And this goes for Tempest too. So basically, it's more worth it to cast Tempest on its own once again rather than have Ascendants cast it. So yeah, another really crappy hit that we have taken. And then they hit us with a Elemental Spirits nerf, which most of you probably wouldn't think, oh, I don't have that talent, so it's not really going to affect me. But every time you Tempest, you gain a Lightning Feral Spirit. So now, that used to give you 10% nature and 10% physical damage. Now it only gives you 5% nature and 5% physical damage. So it's quite the big hit. It also inadvertently nerfed Totemic build as well. So it's definitely quite the large hit. Did I expect a nerf? Not really. I expected an adjustment to our Ascendance Burst, mainly because I think everybody can agree it was quite the one-sided thing. But the other note is Ascendance was our only thing. We are basically useless. So they buffed our Storm Strike by 45%, which is, pretty okay, I guess. And then they buffed Lightning Bolt by 20%, and that was it. But it's just not enough. And here, I definitely should have used Wall much earlier. But I thought since he had Healing Tide down, I would have been fine. But yeah, unfortunately, I was not. So, but anyways, yeah, I have seriously been contemplating giving up on PvP. Like this is unreal that we got hit by this nerf and without compensation very well. Like it reminds me of Dragonflight PvP once again, where we had a situation where we were doing a significant amount of damage, which required a nerf, which everybody expected because we were literally one-shotting people. But they nerfed it by, I think they hit it for like 70% or something ridiculous, and then only did like minor adjustments to everything else that did 0 damage. So when you multiply something that does 0 by 100, it still does 0 damage. So but anyways, yeah, so it's not looking good. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not usually this big of a doomer, but yeah, I have genuinely been considering giving up on the Enhancement Shaman for this season in PvP. But I'll probably end up continuing to do videos. I just might not stream Enhanced PvP anymore just due to the fact that it just doesn't feel good. Maybe it's just a build thing. I don't know. I might have to do some build testing. Maybe some Lavalash Storm Strike combo with Totemic is better now. I don't know. But it'll be a bit until we figure it out. But hopefully Big Dam figures it out. He's usually pretty quick on it. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And if anybody knows what Big Dam said about it, please let me know, because I haven't heard anything. But yeah, it's quite the unfortunate event. But anyways, let's go on to these matches. I apologize for not doing the earlier ones. I just wanted to go over the really disappointing news. So the Priest is playing Void Weaver, which is very, very strong right now. And so we want to do our best to keep in line of sight of him so he can do damage. But at the same time, we don't want to be too scared. So the Rep Paladin called out to go for the Resto Shaman, so I kind of agreed. you know, let's hit him. Let's see what we can do. But I didn't want to LOS and follow him because I was scared my Disc Priest wasn't going to be able to heal me. So I did my best to try and stay in sight of my healer and watch for traps. So I see the hunter go for a harpoon trap, whatever, ice trap. So I dropped a grounding there. Apologies. So I was able to capture his ice trap, which was really, really good, allowing my priest to free cast a bit more. And he's getting off a significant amount of damage. It's ridiculous. But, you know, they're not going to nerf him. Anyways, so we're just trying to connect onto him. This is our main goal, is to hit him where we can. And he goes ahead and hexes me, which is really weird. I think it would have been better hexing the priest, but again, I would have just dispelled it right away. So I see him get trapped. So, but I don't feel too in danger. So I just spot myself with a healer too, and then I get out of the stun and I go ahead and just burrow. I might as well, right? Get safe, and then we just bring down the Resto Shaman, thankfully. So I was getting really, really close there. Very terrified. So here the Survival Hunter actually called out to go after the priest, which, you know, I thought was a pretty good plan, because if the priest is under pressure, maybe he can't cast as much. So I go ahead and pop my cooldowns, start blasting him. He's pretty low. He's able to survive with just some bubbles and stuff. So a bit unfortunate on that part, but we continue to hit him and we miss a couple casts. So that allows him to top himself right back up. So very unfortunate. And then I see them going after our Resto Shaman, so I try and spot him a little bit. Then I go for a quick little hex onto the Paladin, but get feared on it, which sucked. So couldn't quite connect. So then again, I go for another cast, go ahead and get it. And he goes ahead and trinkets, so that's kind of good. That means my next hex should land pretty well and reduce a lot of damage. So there's the ultimate penitent. So I go ahead and drop a grounding totem so I catch it all. So that way he's not doing any damage or healing, but I mean, we didn't really get anywhere with it, so it honestly didn't change much. And then I see my hex coming up, but I get an Ascendance proc, so I go ahead and connect onto the priest. And then here I'm going to back off in a bit and go for another hex onto the Paladin, even though we got hexed by the Resto Shaman. Or maybe I don't. I thought I was. Maybe it's later. But we try and get back onto this priest, but you can just tell he's really not scared. He really isn't. It's kind of wild. So I connect to the BM Hunter real quick, just see if I can't get anything out of him, but nothing. So the Survival Hunter interrupts. I see our Shaman in trouble, so I go for a quick little hex. He gets a nice little Spirit Link off. And we got we're kind of surviving, but the priest is just free casting and getting all the damage, and he just falls over, which, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So on to the last match. It's myself, the Survival Hunter, and the priest again. So our goal is just to do as much damage as possible and hit this ret with everything we got. So we're gonna go ahead and connect. He's gonna cast Searing Glare. I see that, so I go ahead and Thunderstorm it since I couldn't interrupt. So I start hitting him with my Ascendance Burst, and, you know, doesn't really look like anything's happening. Back off, kill the Tide Totem, make sure he can't heal. Then I try and kind of peel a little bit, support my Hunter, because he's definitely in a bit of danger, taking a lot of damage, and my priest couldn't quite connect to heal him up. So you can see now the priest is able to heal a little bit, getting some of those void blasts off, doing what he can. Go ahead and hex the shaman, so that way he can't heal, right? Hopefully followed up by a trap if he has it, which he does. So boom, we get that. We start getting this Paladin very, very low. I get a nice proc of Ascendance, and there's Lay on Hands, so I'm thinking perfect. We got a window, and there's Bubble. How did he bubble and Lay on Hands at the same time? What is going on with Paladin? Anyways. So he bubbles. So I'm like, okay, sweet. I see the lasso. Go ahead and interrupt it. Lasso's gone. Perfect. He goes for a Searing Glare. So I tried to LOS it, but he just cancels it, which is fair. Searing Glare basically makes you miss all your attacks, so it's not very ideal. So here they're very much connected to us, getting all the damage. There's Dome on top of us, so we're really not getting anywhere, but we were able to survive the burst, and then we start blasting the Paladin. He pops his Bop, and then we also get Spirit Link, which is huge. So we try and connect onto the paladin. We get glared, which really sucked. So that means I can't hit, I can't help, I can't interrupt, do nothing. So it really did suck. But the survival hunter is getting pretty crushed here. He's taking a lot of damage. The priest is doing his best. You can see his HP just jumping up and down, but we get connected to all three of them here, and all of them are low. I probably could have swapped to the paladin, but we end up killing the shaman. And then I get no points for it. So 3-3, no points, you know, is what it is. But anyways, guys, that is it. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!